All right, boot camp continues. Thank you guys for tuning in to our Plexus 101 boot camp. We are a little shy of halfway there, and I want to thank you guys for sticking through it. I know there's a lot to learn. So today's lesson is going to be on samples. And I will tell you the very first little teaser introduction I had to Plexus was via samples, and it definitely piqued my interest. And so when I offer samples to people, if you actually go on my news feed right now, you would see that I offered some within the past 24 hours. My goal with samples is to offer people a taste test. And every time I send out samples, I switch it up a little bit differently, but I'm actually pretty pleased with the sample package that I created for this particular venture. And so I'm going to share with you the items that I put in. First off, staples, little bubble mailers. These are the 5x9 bubble mailers that I have. They also sell a larger one, just depending upon what you're deciding to sample out. If you're sending out catalogs, this is probably a better option, but I'll be honest with you, I have never used the catalogs, but what I do include in the little bubble mailer is this brochure that I got from my graphics nanny on Etsy, and it does outline all of the different Plexus products. And then on the back side, there's a space where I have put my label with my contact information, so that if people do want to go on and order and don't want to contact me, my information's on there. In addition to this flyer, though, I do include my business card, and this is one thing that I would encourage you. If you have not purchased your business cards, do it. It makes you feel legit. Whether you go on Vistaprint and order them, which is where I got mine, or you can order them on Plexus worldwide in the back office. There is a place for you to order these materials. In addition, my graphics nanny, where I ordered these brochures, she also does business cards. So this is product information, my business card. In addition to that, I include, depending upon the person, 1 to 3 packets of Slim. Some people are super generous and do 7. I don't. I sell this, I sell it, I give it. But I explain to people that I'm sending this to, this is a taste test. This is not going to make or break your journey with Plexus, but this is more of, do you like it? Could you do it? What do you think? And if they want more, then obviously they know where to find me. In addition to this, the Slim packets this time, I am also throwing in a P96 protein pack. This is the first time I've put this in, so just to let you know, this is certainly not something that is typical. But in my effort to change things up and really challenge myself in my push to Emerald, I am throwing out all the stops. Here we go. Let's go. Adding a little bit of just some interest for the whole family. I think sometimes when people think Plexus Slim, they're not thinking my teenagers, my college-age son, my husband. But the P96, I think, is a really attractive item for moms like me that have kids involved in sports. And so this is something that I'm going to add in this time. In addition to the Slim and the P96, I also have a letter that I have borrowed. Remember, we beg, borrow, and steal with Plexus, and we learn from each other. But this particular letter outlines the triplex and really just explains a little bit of personal experience that I've had with Plexus. And I always like to add a personal note down here at the bottom. And so I've told her, you know, check out Pinterest for some great P96 recipes. And then I put my personal signature because I think everybody really enjoys a handwritten note. So I think anytime you can add that in, that's super helpful. And the last thing, I didn't grab it off the printer before I started the video, but I do the water chart, the Plexus water chart, which you can, it's not a Plexus chart, but you can certainly Google recommended water intake, either for Plexus or just anybody. And I print that off, and I kind of put that in there too to really encourage people that once you start taking Slim, you really need to up your water intake to flush those toxins out and really get that detox process going. So that is my lesson for today in terms of sampling. That's what I put in my sample. I certainly offer on Facebook at least once a month, if not several times a month, the opportunity to have me send them samples. And I'm always amazed at the response. Sometimes I have 10 responses, and sometimes I have 2. Regardless of the number, I stay the course. I keep pressing onward because I know that people are continuing to watch. They're looking for that consistency, and they're looking to see Amy Schwan is committed. She is in this for the long haul. And it's very exciting to send people things in the mail, and people like to receive things in the mail. So I think that that's just a really cool way to reach out to people. If you don't get a lot of response from your post, then I would encourage you to go back to that dream list of 100 people that you made. Think of the 100 people that are in your friend circle that you would love to be able to share Plexus with, and start reaching out to them. Hey, I've got some free samples headed to the post office tomorrow. Would you be willing to give it a try? Or you can ask them this: would you be willing to tell me what you think? Not, do you want to buy it? But let me know what you think about it, because I'm always looking for feedback. And I think that that's a really great way to share the idea of sampling. So I hope all of this is helpful to you. In addition to the posting of the video on the pages, I will post the letter that I use, and I will also post the link to the brochures that I use and purchased via Etsy. And my labels I printed myself. I bought the Avery labels from Staples, and I used their free online template and then created it and printed it from home. So there is a cost-effective way to do this. And just remember, the sky's the limit. Make sure that you reach out to those people that you really feel like that Plexus could be an answer to prayer for them on so many different levels. So I hope this was helpful, and we will see you tomorrow.